Hi everyone, welcome back to my AWS series. In today's session, we are going to walk through an end-to-end data processing pipeline using multiple AWS services. This hands-on demo will help you to understand how different components work together in real-world scenario. So what I'm going to do here, when I upload one CSV file under the S3, then an event will be triggered. That event will trigger the step function, and step functions will trigger the two things. One is the ETL job. Yeah. So step function will trigger the ETL job as well as it will trigger one Lambda function. That Lambda function will pull the filter data and put into the DynamoDB. Okay. So let's take all these things into the action. But let me tell you, if you are doing the complete end-to-end flow, there is necessary, like you need to watch my previous video where I have created the ETL and how we can create the DynamoDB tables, how we can create the user roles. So I have already created these things to you to avoid the time. Okay, else it will take much time in video, right? So let me go through. So I have created one users table. If I go to the tables, I have created one users tables. Under the users table, I have one partition key, that is the user ID. Okay, you will need to create this right before to start this demo. And other things, I have created one ETL job. This is the ETL job. I have created this ETL job in my previous video, where I have taken input path and output path from the step functions, and we will do the sum operation, like we will pull the data from S3, applying some filter, and again push the data to the S3. So this is the job of ETL. Okay, now I am going to create the lambda. Okay, let me create a lambda. This lambda will push data to DB. All right, so here you can choose the Python. Yeah, you need to choose the Python here and go to the advanced setting. Under the additional setting, under the additional setting, there is a customer execution role, right? Here you can choose the existing. So this is my lambda function. Okay, basically this lambda function includes three roles. One is the lambda execution role, second is a DynamoDB full access, S3 full access. That's it. Save and then create function. Okay, so this function takes few seconds to ready. Okay, let me meanwhile go to my GitHub page where I can go and copy the lambda functions. Okay, and yeah, this is the lambda function implementation. Just copy from here, go to your lambda functions, accept. All right, let me wait until it is ready. Come on. Yeah, okay, now it is loaded properly. Let me remove this and paste my code from my AWS GitHub. So what I am doing in this Lambda, I am making the connections between the AWS services like S3, DynamoDB. So here is the connection, and this is my user table. Here you can see this is my bucket, and this is the output folder where the filter data will come up from after the ETL job run. Okay. So here in the code, you can see that it will be list all the object inside the output folder. These are some validations. And finally, this is the good code where you can see the last modified file. You will pull on the last modified file only, because when you run the step functions multiple times, it will run multiple times ETL job, right? And ETL jobs generate output. ETL jobs filter files multiple time under the output folder. So you always need to take the latest modified file. Okay, and finally this is the basic code. It will iterate the code. It will iterate, right, and pull the data from the folder and put inside the DynamoDB. That's it. Let me deploy. It is deploying. It may take few seconds to deploy. All right. So great. Let me now go to the step functions. I am going to the state machine and create a state function. It creates. Let me run demo step function and continue. All right. Go to the code. Again, go to my AWS GitHub page. Copy this step function code from here and put inside the state machine. Right. Remember few things. So at a high level, what it will done, it will run first glue job and it will wait for 2 minutes and then it will run the lambda. All right. Okay. It will do two triggers. So first, this is the name of my ETL job. Here you can find the name of your ETL job under the job detail as well. This is the name of your ETL job. All right. Second, you need to give your bucket name here. All right. Copy this and go to the state machine and paste here. All right. Let me see. Okay. And again, paste here. Mm, all right. So this is fine. And I'm going to upload one file employee. You can make this dynamic as well. We will see in upcoming videos, but for now I have set this static. All right, now I have already created one lambda which will pull the filter data and put into the DynamoDB. So let me copy the name of that function. So that is a push data to db, right? So let me paste the name of your lambda function. Perfect, everything is fine under this lambda. Let me create. All right. Okay, so when you are going to create, it is asking either you can create a new lambda with this role you can create a new role with this role permission, or if you have already, then you can assign that role to this step function. As I have already created, so I am going to choose my step function role for step functions. So yeah, I have created this role in my previous videos. You can take a reference from that. So generally, this step functions uh, holds the permissions about the lambda, okay, and glue. These are the two major permissions which I have allowed through this role. Now going to create the step function. Fine. Okay. All right, now I am going to create another function that will be trigger this staff function automatically when any S3 event happens. Okay, so going to create a function, give the trigger staff function, staff fn, fine, choose the Python and advanced additional setting, custom role education, choose your role, come on, trigger staff functions. Okay, save. What this role contains the permissions of the staff functions so that it can run. All right, save. Create function. All right, this trigger staff function has been created. Let me go to the code of this lambda function. All right, just a second. Okay, again you can go on my GitHub page and find the code for trigger the staff function, create lambda trigger for a staff function. Just copy from here, step function, and control A, just give your step function ARN. Okay, so this is the step function which you have created. Let me go to the state machine, click on your step function, you will find the ARN, copy ARN, paste here and just deploy. It may take some time to deploy. It is deploying the code. Nice. Everything is set. Now go to your bucket. Okay. I have already created one event, but let me tell you how you can create an event. So yeah, so this is the event which I have already created, but let me quickly create this event for you. Confirm, create event. So you give the event name, demo underscore event, and whenever anything come under the input folder, right? Anything comes means put. Okay, when then you will call a lambda. You will call a lambda, and you will need to choose your function. So what we have done, I have created one event, and this event will be run when anything come under the input folder, and it will trigger the step function, right? So say let test our functionality, but before that let me summarize what we have done till yet. Step 1, you need to create one ETL job. This ETL job will pull the data from the source, transfer the data, and again put into the S3. First thing. Second, you need to create DynamoDB table like users and give a partition key. Second step. Third, you need to create one Lambda function that will pull the data from S3, which is the filter data, and put into the DynamoDB table. Right. Fourth, you need a mechanism so that whenever any new item comes under the input folder, then it invoke the step function. So you need to create first a step function. This step function will trigger two things. One is the ETL job. Second is the lambda which we have created for push the data into the DynamoDB. Okay, and finally we will create a one lambda for trigger the step function, and then we will create a one event that will call this trigger lambda. Okay, so let's test our functionality. Let me go to the bucket. Under the bucket I have input folder. Let me upload one CSV file, and basically this CSV file contains 5 user details. Okay, and I have added a filter which is greater than 25. So ideally in a DynamoDB it is stored three records: Aman, Sneha, and Rohit. So let's see it works or not. Okay, let me upload, add file. Eh, Let me search. I have hidden my browsing window, employee, but here you can see that employee has been uploaded. All right, so let me upload this. Okay, so this is uploaded successfully. Let me go to the okay, so let me go to the step functions. So I have uploaded the file, and let me go to the step function, and here we can go to the step function, and let me see the latest. Yeah, so you can see that this is running, this execution is running now. All right, so it run the glue job. It will wait for 2 minutes. Okay, let me pause until. Meanwhile, you can see that as this is run, glue job has been run and it is waiting for 2 minutes. So we can go to our job and we can see the latest job. So it is succeeded, right? Means our job is successfully run. Let me wait for 2 minutes and then it will run the lambda. Okay. Yeah. So now you can see that my step function has been succeeded. It run first glue job, wait 2 minutes, and then it finally run the lambda. So now let's go to the DynamoDB table to see that records has been sent from the step function to here or not. Let me go to the explore items, and yeah, great. Here you can see that we have the filter records, right? If you remember in the ETL job, I have added the filter logic, like filter those users whose age is greater than 25. So this is the end-to-end flow, right? Analysts generally what happens? Analysts generally upload the data, right, from the CSV, right, or Parquet file, various kind of format we have available, and we have some automations, right? Now data is inside the where in the DynamoDB, right? And now you can pull on your UI, right, using some backend technology like Node or some kind of, and then you can pull this data to UI and you can focus this data. So this is the end-to-end flow. It is very important uh, lecture actually. So because it is real time use in IT industry. So please let me know if you have any questions, comments for this video. And I would like to request you please watch previous videos to more understanding about this kind of assignments, because this is a little bit complex. Okay, so that's all for this video. Please do like, subscribe, comment, and click on the notification icon if you like such kind of videos. Thank you very much.